So I think this is a very clear case of me not knowing exactly what I'm doing. But I have collected so many of these little pendants and stuff for painting over. I mean, that's a heck of a claret. Come on. This one I've had for a while. I think it's maybe a little bit meant for a bracelet. A connector folk. I don't know. 14 plus. Pick your favorite connector. Yeah, I think it's for a bracelet. But anyway, sidetracked. Don't know what I'm doing with that. And I probably won't paint that in this video. And obviously I'm not getting to all of this. And obviously, you know, like things like, actually no, that one. This one, like some of these were in my snow globe video. This one's going to be just a little too big. Like it kind of fits, but it's just a smidge big, I think. I don't know. I'll decide later. But yeah, time to pick something to gesso. I can't get my gesso open. And that thumb that I jammed back in March, yeah, I re-irritated it doing not much. And it actually kind of really hurts to try and open my gesso with that hand. And even if that thumb wasn't sore, I don't think I could get this open. But I can do that. I just can't get the lid off. So you're going to see I gessoed several different pendants. I was actually going to do 3 for this video, but between just not having enough storage, and I honestly really hate how the one was turning out. Especially, like, I don't know, just, I think it looked alright at the sketch, and I don't know if I just bumped the lines, but the head was looking way too off, and I just could not handle it. Like, the back of the head looked like a big poof ball, and I think that caused the face to look off in terms of, like, positioning. But, yeah, this one was a little bit of a struggle. Well, a couple of them when I was, like, sketching and stuff, the paint tried to come off. Also, I did really like the yellow for the background of this one, but then I did something a little bit different. Like, I wanted another layer or something, or second color or whatever, and so I ended up using a different color, but I actually ended up, like, really liking the background on that yellow one. And I didn't do the sketch on all of them just because, well, you've seen one, you've seen them all. It's the same process, different poses. So this one that I'm working on, I didn't quite finish, and I actually was going to do a different outfit, but then I decided I might want to sketch that outfit idea out first before I actually try and jump into it on a paint, so that I have a clear idea of exactly what I want to do. So I ended up changing that, and I think that's, like, one part of the reason this one ended up a little sloppier. I think it started out better than what it ended up. But this one ended up being the best and the only one I actually finished. So there's that. And I could have rearranged the videos, like, okay, so this is a process of this one, and this is a process of that one. And I swear I was recording the blue when I was painting the blue on, but apparently my phone said, oh, nope, again, so we had a little disagreement there. Again. I'm not amused with it. But anyway, yeah, just adding colors on. So, gray shirt. Like, I promise this character has different clothes. I just keep doing the same thing because apparently I can't decide on colors or something. I don't know why this character having different outfits was something I needed to defend, but I did. And yeah, this is the part where I decided I was going to just do their original outfits. You know, if I ever get back into frame. I struggled to stay in frame too. Yay! But, yeah, so you'll see the process of rains in the background. And, like, here it doesn't look too bad, but something happened where, like, the back of the head just looks really off, and like I could try and fix it and touch up the background, but I don't know if that's gonna look great. Plus, I just really didn't have a lot of storage on my phone by a certain point, and doing the hair was like a 15-ish. It was over a 10-minute recording, so I deleted that one just to try and make sure that I'd have enough room on my phone to actually upload this thing. And yeah, at some point I did a light gray. I was like, that's way too light. I was worried this one was going to be too dark, but I do think this one actually turned out okay. So, yeah, having, like, painted the base and then switching the colors, like, 2 more times, I think kind of hurt this one. I mean, I'm sure adding shadows and highlights and all that would really, really help it. I just ended up not getting around to doing that. And here we are, back to Marin, adding the white detail on the guitar. I'm sure I missed, like, a lot of details on the guitar. And my friend B and J would be like, hey, yeah, you missed this. And, you know what, it's fine. This thing was small. And I could have, maybe should have, looked up references to do this better. But I think at some point, I kind of just wanted them done. And I didn't want to risk doing... Well, like, there was no way I was gonna even try to do guitar strings on that one. Like, there's just no way. Like, the world's thinnest tool would probably not have been thin enough. And this is me putting a face on. I actually feel like it went well the first time around, so I don't remember having to really, like, do much adjustment on this one. I think I did a little bit of adjusting on this one, maybe. But the face went smoother on all of them than I expected, to be honest. Which is crazy. Well, just drawing them on went smoother than I expected. I expected a lot more struggle. But I did struggle with the paint. I think this one was the hardest to paint. Rain's is a little bit bigger, because this is the closest up portrait, if that made any sense at all. But it just made his face a lot easier to add the paint on. And then, Marin having, like, the green eyes, his eyes stick out a little bit more, even at a distance. And then the twins having yellow eyes. I swear I added the yellow when I painted on, like, the whites and the pupils. It just doesn't look like it. So I'll have to see if I can add another layer of just the yellow. I'm not going to try and add a layer of the white. Assuming I actually go back and finish that one, which I do want to, but I'm also trying to keep up on, you know, 1 video a week and stuff outside. And sometimes when you're, like, unexpectedly dragged off to do this, that, and the other thing that you didn't plan on, it makes it hard to try and keep up with this. Plus, my art area and all that I was organizing for so long has exploded again. So I read somewhere online that, like, if your bedroom's cluttered, then your mind is cluttered or something like that. And granted, my art areas is more like I have some art storage for mediums in my bedroom. I have my art hallway with my desk, and I have my sewing room that my sister's cat shares and poops on the floor. She's the only cat we have ever had that acts more like a dog. I'm sorry, you dog lovers. I'm not a dog lover. I'm actually allergic to dogs. Fun fact. But yeah, she's a messy cat anyway. I totally don't remember what I was saying. I was complaining about the cat. She's the only one that does that, though, so, like, she came from a feral cat colony, and so she's always had high anxieties about being around in this house with people. And it's not like we got her 2 days ago. We've had her in this house for a while, so I don't know. She never really, like, fully calmed down. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I do want to finish the twins, but I'll have to see. I mean, that's going to be an off-camera project when I finish the twins, and maybe I'll post it in my Discord, which will be in the link down below, the description down below with the link. Those words probably were the right words that time. But yeah, I'm really tired and I don't feel like I have time right now. So at this point, yeah, I was focusing on finishing this one. That was a hard sentence. I almost could not spit that out. Fun fact, I've had a bit of a slur and stutter since my last concussion that I still will never remember. I was not awake for it. I apparently decided to take a nap at the doctor's office and it didn't go well. I remember going to the doctor's office. That was it. Anyway, moving on. Talking about my concussion history again. And we're just adding some touch-ups to the shadings and the shadows and the highlights. Actually, I didn't do the highlights yet. Usually I do like the red and the highlighting at the end, because quite frankly, I like adding the red into the skin. I feel like that's where the skin really starts to pop for me and it starts to look more lively. And so that's just honestly one of my favorite parts when it comes to coloring. And honestly, this one really did turn out my favorite. The main issue, and maybe only issue I have at this point in time, is the guitar looks huge. Like, I feel like the guitar should have been just a little bit smaller. But, and I guess, like, it being so forcefully red compared to, like, everything else being much more neutral, it does kind of draw the focus. Maybe I should have added a second red necklace. But, like, the thing with this character, come on, get in the focus camera, there you go, is, like, the stuff he wears, like the jewelry he wears because there's some meaning to it generally. Like, him being a musician, the one necklace that he has on right now came from a fan. And so that was kind of a sentimental and really nice moment for him. And so that's why he chooses to wear a lot of these things. Like, one of the bracelets is just a very simple, I don't know what they're called, but like just a solid color, almost plasticky kind of bracelet. I don't know. But it's a solid color, and he wears that because it's his brother's favorite color. So things like that, because otherwise he's not really a dress-up or jewelry kind of guy. He's not very, like, attached to his earthly possessions. Like, he has some that he's, I don't want to use the word protective, but sentimental towards. Like, his first guitar was important to him, and like I said with the necklaces, and this is me trying to, like, well, maybe I can use some colors to come up with something to shade the green with, and then I couldn't with that apple caramel color, and I gave up on it. And yeah, so this is the final product. I did the edging of this one, and then I just painted a solid color on the back, and yeah, there's that one done. I did add the metallic in there for the guitar, and this is the one I didn't finish. I mean, you can see the head, for some reason, it just looks so big when it was painted. And it just makes everything off, and I couldn't handle it. And there's the twins. I swear I painted the yellow of the pupils. It just didn't show up, and I didn't do any of the backs, so I'm showing that off, I guess. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and are back next week. And my shop that I need to update will be down below along with my Discord. And yeah, so there's all three all together, and hope to see you next week. Bye-bye!